Hi, my name's Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today, I'm going to be talking to you all about burning sage. I talked about this a long time ago. I have a 30-minute topic on it, and I have to talk about it again because people forget. Ooh, I have some suggestions for you guys, but this really upsets people. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the thing. I have to go into why you actually don't know what you know about sage, because online is just... I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to tell all the secrets. I'm going to tell why sage is pushed. Yay! So you burn sage and things will go very crazy, very fast. You'll have this luck, like, you'll have things happen that normally never happen. You're like, what's going on? Like, am I doing something wrong? Did someone put a curse on me? And people are asking 1,000 million questions. And why is this happening? Is it the planets? Like, and they're trying to find out what's going on. And they're burning more sage to cleanse it to see what's happening. And it makes things nuts. It makes things crazy. So my little friend back there, he doesn't want to be seen. He's watching the video with me. When you get the green light on, you attract nature. You are literally Cinderella. I think that's the one. Little bird watching my video. Hello, Mr. Little Bird. Talking about not burning sage. Okay, little bird. I'm gonna have you not burning sage. Okay. So basically, when it comes to you burning sage, hello, little bird. Hello, hi, little bird. And yes, you can communicate with animals. So when it comes to burning sage, we're not gonna burn you. Okay, back to my topic, because I love birds. He's just like hello. So hello, hi. I love animals, if you guys can't tell. And animals love me. Hello, he's right up. I'm not gonna. I can't show you him, guys. He's at the very corner. Maybe God's hiding him for a reason, but so basically, back to my topic on sage, because I like birds. If you guys can't tell, but sage, yes, because people will burn sage, and they'll be like, "Why is everything so crazy?" It's because the sage literally attracts spirits, just like how Jesus attracts birds. Is how sage attracts. It attracts good spirits, bad spirits, neutral spirits, which are always bad, because if you're someone who, you are a bad person, if someone has to ask you, are you a good person or a bad person? And you're like, well, I could do some stuff right now and it might make me a bad person, but I haven't done it yet. Like, okay, bingo, bad person. So you can't stay neutral. There's no such thing as neutral. Between heaven and hell is earth. That's neutral. And bad spirits get stuck on earth because they project from hell, or Sheol, the columns of the earth. But what you have to know about sages, where do I begin? My goal in this video is to teach you about something I haven't taught you guys before. So, why does Hollywood push sage? You listen to me right now about this one, because I'm gonna have to word it as best as I can. All of Hollywood is demonic, literally demonic. It's a group. That's why you see everyone, like all these collabs with all these people at the top. Oh, they somehow knew each other and came together. They're all doing the same thing. Okay, they're all doing something with the devil. Like, it's known. They've admitted it. Literally, people like, I can't say, because when I say it, because I'm up there now, they'll start sending the, they'll actually, the actual celebrities will contact me. They're like, don't call me demonic. And you'll see, like, I can't even say, because it's hilarious. I can't say their actual, I'm not going to say their names, because I can't even say. They have a thing where they'll try to attack a video, like, no, take it down. They said my name. They said I'm demonic. And then the actual celebrity, like people on TV, like the most high up people in Hollywood will actually contact me. So I'm like, no, don't tell people this, because they'll see, like, they have a team. So I'm not gonna say any of their names, even though I'd like to. I can't even say around it. Well, because I don't. I would do it just to pick a. Never mind. Yeah, I'd do it just to pick a fight between light and dark, but Jesus says don't do it, so I'm not going to do it. He says that's not it's not appropriate now. That'll come on Judgment Day. But basically, why do you see American Horror Story and even the most, you don't know these people, you don't. The sweetest, nicest looking actors and actresses, they're using innocence magic. So why does that tie into the video? It's because think about how many TV shows, how many movies, if something goes wrong in the house, they'll burn sage. So what do you think that does for you guys? What do you think that does for you? It leaves a subconscious note as to if something goes wrong or if something's a little funky in the home, you gotta burn sage. So that's all people know. So if anyone knows spirituality, they'll know one thing as to burning sage. That's what they're doing. They planted that so you guys would do it. They didn't say burn frankincense and myrrh like the Bible did. No, they said burn sage. So there's other herbs like sage, which I'll talk about, which you guys can avoid. But you guys are not going to be burning those because you don't have them. There's better herbs than sage, like sweetgrass. Are you kidding me? If you ever burn sweetgrass, holy moly. It's what sage should be. It's what sage should be. So I'll teach you some secrets about that. But sage calls spirits. And for people who disagree with me about burning sage, there's always something crazy going on in their life. It's always some kind of like some health problem with a family member that they don't associate with burning sage. There's always something happening with people burning sage, some kind of craziness in the workplace. For people who burn sage, they're blocked from opportunities because they have lingering spirits. It's fun because the spirits you conjure with sage, and yes, you do conjure sage, and everything's a portal. Literally, anything and anything can be a portal. Your mirror is a portal, of course, but you can have an old phone be a portal. You can have a picture be a portal. You see those pictures in Harry Potter? Like, look at her, like... So, your phone's a portal, but it could be a portal for positive energy or dark energy, depending on what you're watching. So, this is a portal for abundance since you're watching me with the green light on. So, a portal for you to move closer to Jesus. Jesus, the Most High God, as well. So they have you burning sage for a reason. They're all in on it. They know it. They don't say anything because... Why do they act so cool if they're doing so many bad things behind the scenes? Well, it's because once they do it at the start, they try to forget about it. Like, oh, let's just not ever try to remember. Like, so they'll do something really bad to sell themselves to the devil, and then they'll try to forget about it. Or like, oh, that wasn't me, that's a different person. Oh, it's fine. It doesn't mean anything because it only happened once and I don't have to do it again. They have all these excuses. So, on to the next point. You will summon elemental spirits. Elemental spirits. What is that? It's those three-eyed things. You guys can't see them until I name them. Or you can't see them until you name them, but Jesus has to name them. So you have to ask Jesus to name them. The spirit of anxiety follows sage. The spirit of suffering follows sage. The spirit of hopelessness follows sage. The spirit of panic follows. There's all these different spirits, and it's like a president. It's like a president spirit of an energy. It's not like because one, for example, it's weird. I have to teach you guys spiritology in the future, because if you actually know what spirits were, there's a million different kind of spirits. So there's ancestral spirits, which are either in heaven with God or in Sheol. You don't get to just stay here, because if you're staying here, then you didn't get into heaven. So I'll talk about spiritology later. No one knows anything about spirits on the planet Earth. Like, everyone kind of has like the Bible talks about spirits. Those are the spirits. But like, people are like, well, when you say my spirits, an angel has an angelic spirit, so I get it. So when someone says my spirit told me to do this, they're talking about their angel, or they're talking about Jesus, which he's known as, even in traditional cultures, which I'm about to talk about right now, he's known as the Great Spirit, but still call him Jesus. On to my next point. So the next line people have is, well, my ancestors told me this. No, they didn't. They didn't. They actually didn't. Most of the people who I fact check about, well, I got witch's blood. You watched American Horror Story, you took screenshots of it, you've put it on a poster, and now you think you're a witch. Like, I'll call people out very quickly. And there are people who I try to help. I'm not trying to be mean to people. I'm helping you. It's because everyone deserves to be abundant. Like, literally, everyone deserves to be abundant. And when you're burning sage, things will get crazy. I had a rebellious stage where I burned sage myself when I was younger. I'm like, I had people trying to tell me from actual, let's just say people who were, I'm not going to disclose their names, but actual Native Americans told me that's not how we do it. Like that, people who on reservations, I can't even say who they are. No, let's just say I visited certain places and they're like, we don't do that. It's like, that's not, you're watching something that we got categorized as sage when we have everything else. We have turquoise, okay, I'm going to talk about a different time. Go to an actual reservation and ask them what do they think about sage. They get kind of like frustrated. They're like, that's not the way. Like, that's literally, they took our culture and they made it into sage. You think Native American, you think burning sage. It's like, so that people who have 9% Native American in their blood, 17%, okay. They'll be like, oh, I burned sage. Yep, I burned sage because my ancestors did it. Now, do you know the game Telephone? If you take a group of people, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is awesome. If you take, oh, there's my bird friend flying away. Yeah, okay, cool. If you take a group of 17 people, not 17 people, 10, 7 even. They play this game in high school, and you say, she sells seashells by the seashore. And then you tell the next person to whisper it over, and then you tell the next person to whisper it over, and then you tell the next person to whisper it over. It's not the same message. It's, she sells seashells by the seashore turned into, she sold her soul with Johnny. Oh, I almost said someone's name. Ah! Jeez, that was very... Ah! Fine. Let me use another example, because I'm just repeating what the Lord and the angels are saying. Ah! They're like throwing on a celebrity's name in there, just for you guys to know who one is. One in particular who you guys are thinking innocent, but they're not innocent. So, she sells seashells by the seashore turned into something completely different. They turn it into something else. You have to watch videos online about what's Telephone doing. What's the meaning of that? Think about it like this. If that happened within... If that can happen in 1 minute of someone getting a message wrong, what do you think happens in a generation? So, your grandmother and her grandmother, and let's just say for the people who are Native American watch my video, or who have Native American blood, your grandmother's 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 grandmother, or like, when you go up or when you go out into the family, the information changes. You think they all just say burn sage. No, they had entire rituals behind it. Like, if you actually know some of the rituals that, some rituals that were taught to me a while ago when I asked someone who is actually a practitioner of, I'm not allowed to say because I'm not gonna say it. Well, I promised them I wouldn't ever say where they're from in Florida, and they want their business private because you know why? It's because people copy them and then put it on the internet, and that's the most hideous thing ever. That's why everyone thinks, oh, Native American burning sage cleansing. How many herbs did God make on this earth? Can you count? Do you know? If you look at a dictionary of all the different, you have all the cinnamon, allspice, cloves, nutmeg. You have all these different herbs, and then you're picking sage. There's different kind of sages. There's sage brush that has to do with karma clearing. That's better than sage. It's really rare. And that one's very good. There's sage. There's kitchen sage, which is good for wishes. But you guys are using the sage, and people don't even know, oh, there's a different kind of sage. Then how do you know which one your ancestors are using? They might not even have used the sticks, the smudging sage. People are not even supposed to burn it like that. You're not supposed to fill the house with smoke. You think the angel's like, oh yes, this place is packed with smoke, unless it's frankincense. They're going like this. Like, ugh. So it smells good, but too much of it. Then they'll literally say too much. That's why your ears start ringing when you burn sage. Your angels are yelling at you. Jesus, the Most High God, is saying, what are you doing? I told you guys to burn frankincense and myrrh. Look at the Bible. Cinnamon, frankincense, myrrh. Did they say anything about sage? Say, oh, burn all this sage. What's the first things they burn in the Bible? Frankincense and myrrh. So it wasn't about sage the whole time. It was about frankincense and myrrh. So that's how you make God happy. In the end of the day, what you're doing either is for God or it's for yourself, which is against God, and God will teach you a lesson. So you want to make God happy, burn frankincense and myrrh. That's it. He made it easy. Frankincense and myrrh. You want divine favor from the Most High God, Lord Jesus Christ? You want him to be, you want God to be happy with you? You desire, because I shall not want, burn frankincense and myrrh. So you burn sage, you're not getting help from God like that. You'll have spirits. So you'll have elemental spirits, you'll have tormentors, you'll get the craziest thoughts, you'll have nightmares, you'll have you'll have worst feeling in the whole world. But people mute it because their ego goes higher than the burning sage. So it gets worse with time. So the longer you burn sage, what if you burn it for 1 year? Because when I was young, I used to burn it rebelliously. I'd burn sage, and I'd keep burning it, and I'd keep burning it, and I'd keep burning it. And I loved it. I love the smell of it. I like the house full of smoke. Ooh, look at that. Look how cool it is. And it was, for the first year, I didn't really notice stuff, but I noticed every time I'd go out, crazy stuff would happen. Like, homeless people running on top of the car, just like, yeah, like screaming. I'm like, what the? And I gave them $20, and they bought you know what down the street, and they came back trying to like screaming and stuff. Like I'm like, what the? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what in the world? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, then trying to go into the moon roof, and I'm like, and then I would go out, and then there's some craziness, like the people doing stuff for no reason, like taking a hamburger in a restaurant. When I ate hamburgers when I was younger, just like throw it on the ground. I'm like, what is this? It's just the weirdest stuff in the world happening, and it was just continuously happening. And I learned, and I actually had a friend a long time ago say, she said if you ever want a crazy night, burn sage before you go out. It'll make everything crazy. I'm like, you just confirmed what I suspected. She's like, if you want things to be crazy, because some people, that's why a lot of people like burning sage, because they like drama. And I didn't know. They like drama or attention, like negative attention. So they don't know it. It's subconscious. It's the subconscious mind. When you smell sage, it goes to the back of your subconscious mind. So you go out and you burn sage, things will be crazy. You'll have the wildest stories, but people love that. Like, well, until it's not fun anymore. So there's order. Heaven has rules. So what about the telephone? This is the last thing I'm going to speak about sage. Anything that's passed down from an ancestor gets automatically changed. Unless it's in an actual book, unless it's an actual book that's written, if it's word information that was passed down, unless you have it in a book, that's why we have a Bible. Because what if people were just to pass down what Jesus did by word? We wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have the word like that. That's why there's a Bible. So unless your ancestors wrote it down and gave you step-by-step instructions, which I'm going to give you the actual way to burn sage, and you guys are not going to like it. Because it's work. It's spiritual work. But you guys, I mean, not you guys, but a lot of people just want to burn it. It's spiritual work. You want to burn sage correctly? Here. I'll teach you the ritual as to how you burn sage correctly. And like I said, people don't like it. They're like, well, this is too much work. Number one, you cleanse the floor of your home. 3, 5, or 7 days. You wash it. So you do every single day for 3, 5, or 7 days in the morning. Well, actually, in the evening, you'll go back to front. Actually, and this is a detailed ritual. I don't even remember off the top of my head. So you go from the front of your house to the back of your house you could use coffee, and you can use a little bit of cinnamon, but you do something to get strong energies. You can put ruda, you can put, it depends. So everyone has a different way of doing something. So coffee, ruda, you can use hyssop from the Bible. It just depends. It depends on the combination. And then you go back to front. But then on the 7th day, or on the 3rd day, or on the 5th day, and you have to start from Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it has to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a big day. You have to pray when you do it. Then, and this is an entire ritual. You guys, I mean, people want to make spiritual work easy. You want to make it simplified. No, your ancestors actually, and the Native Americans, they actually put in work. They're like, oh, I don't know about all these rules. It's work. It's spiritual work. That's why when you use crystals, you just walk around and you live your life through Jesus, and all the abundance comes to you because they work as super magnets. So, and this is not fun. I used to do this a long time ago, and it was exhausting. So in the evening at 7 p.m., you'll go from back to front, and then you'll do the sweeping, and you'll put the floor wash, and then you'll bathe yourself. You'll bathe yourself before to make sure whatever's on you comes off of you, and then in the house, after it comes off of you, it'll be in the house or on a family member. So you have to have your family members cleansed too, like spiritually bathed. So after every family member spiritually bathes, and you have to untie all the knots in your house, it's exhausting. You talk about spiritual work. The spiritual work you see in this day and age is nothing. Nothing. Everyone's doing a bunch of silliness. These actual rituals that your ancestors have done are exhausting. That's why when I started stacking crystals, and one entire ritual for a week would be in an hour with citrine. That's why you wear Florida Stone on gemstones. You never see me talking about spiritual work. It's exhausting. You think I want to exhaust you guys? No. I'm making things easy for you. So basically, after that, I'm not even done. So after that, 3, 5, 7 days. And if you miss a step, and why do you think your ancestors didn't pass it on? Because it was too much work. Or they miss a step because it's a lot of details. So this is an ancient ritual. It's not an ancient ritual. It actually is ancient. They would do this in Greece and Rome. But everyone did it a little bit differently, but this is from the Native Americans. So back to front, or back of the house to the front of the house to get things out, 3, 5, 7 days, a specific floor wash, prayers, but you would cleanse everyone in the home before that. You would do your laundry. You would wash your clothes. They would wash the clothes back then with the hands. But you can do that in the laundry. But then you actually use sea salt in laundry and use bluing. It's a lot of work, huh? And then after that, after the 3, 5, 7 days, then for 3 or 5 days, you would do something sweet for the home. So you would put like a little bit of like some sugar on the ground, like some rose. You would put some orange. You'd put some cinnamon. You'd put in really nice, sweet smelling stuff. And then you go from, front to back to welcome good things in the home. But in between the time period when you're doing the stuff to get the stuff out, that's when you burn the sage. That's when you burn the sage. But what happens after you burn the sage? You have to do rituals filtering out who comes in and who doesn't come in. So after you do that about maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Like, this is the actual steps, and it's a lot. I have it written down at home from a long time ago. It's a lot of work, and there's actually more steps to it. That's how you burn sage correctly. And wait, what happens after you do that? So the floor element, because you don't ever start with the air element first. Do we come into the air first? No, we came from air. We came from air into water, through water, onto earth. Get out of my hair and get out of my face. You know, I'll tell if I don't fly in my eye. Not you guys, but then it's extensive. It is, and they would just burn sage with sage. They'd burn it with sweetgrass. They'd burn it with cedar. They'd burn it with, guess what? Rosemary. They'd burn it with other things because it's a compilation. It's like burning just myrrh. You don't just burn just myrrh. You burn it with frankincense. And then people get bored by the details, but that's the actual steps that your ancestors have followed. Native American ancestors, yeah. Even African American ancestors, when they burn sage, it's very similar. They're the same thing. So, and whether you guys, I mean, let's just say I'm very culturally diverse. I don't ever reveal my background, but Florida Stone Man is very diverse. I'm not going to say because I don't like to teach about my background or bloodline because people will be like, well, I can't reach this level of closeness or whatever to Jesus because of bloodline, or I can't get this many crystals because of a bloodline, because people will do that and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's discrimination. People are like, well, he's achieved this kind of success because it's in his bloodline, but I have a different bloodline maybe. And then people start making everything bloodlines. And the bloodlines mean nothing. We're all the same blood, Adam and Eve. So, what else? It's extensive. So when did I stop doing all those extensive rituals? You don't see me teaching about extensive rituals as much. I just say to burn cinnamon, do this, do that. And people don't even know what they're doing with it. You're trying to cleanse the home. That's not cleansing the home. You're adding to the home. That's why we see smoke, because you just added smoke. This is turning into another 30-minute video. I could talk about sage forever, but don't use sage. It literally, and it calls in all spirits, and then you filter the spirits out afterwards. You have to know which spirit's which. You have to see which spirit comes into the room. Your clairvoyance should be open to the point where you can see what kind of spirit walks in. Is it a light shadow? Is it a dark shadow? What kind of face does it have? What kind of ears does it have? Which dimension is it from? Like, whew. But this is my video on why you don't burn sage. It's extensive, and people want to make it real short, like, oh, I just burned some sage in my home. Long story short, the earth element, so basically, we come from air, we come from spirit. Then we come from water through the mother's womb onto the earth. Basically, this is how the spiritual process goes. And once we're born, we're given fire. Fire, water, earth, and air. But people want to just burn the sage and mess up the steps. You just throw the feng shui of the house and the elements off. So, I'm going to teach you how to do it correctly. Through Jesus Christ, the Most High God, burn frankincense and myrrh. You want to see what our 2 weeks of rituals of extended work does for this much results, because sometimes you might have missed a step. Just wear a gemstone from FloridaStoneman.com. Literally, why do you think I wear so many gemstones? Okay, talking about spiritual work, I was doing it 24/7. And I noticed the more gemstones I wear through Jesus, I'm like, hey, the more gemstones I wear around my neck, the more successful I'm becoming. The less I have to do for all these extra rituals. Cleansing baths every day and night. You don't need that with tourmaline. You don't. You really don't. So if you want to cleanse your crown, tourmaline on the crown. A crown chakra tourmaline. A crown of tourmaline. A halo of tourmaline. You know what kind of thoughts you'll have? You'll feel pure. You'll be like, I have no issues. I have no problems. Woohoo, my life feels amazing. That's how it feels. Your shadows go out and then abundance comes in, which that's not true for everyone. Or that's not true for most humans. Yeah, it's not true for everyone, because everyone has problems and issues. But it's the feeling of not having any problems or issues that makes you feel light, because some people are just too heavy and they need that feeling, or they require that feeling. So get you some tourmaline from FloridaStoneman.com if you want to do an actual cleansing. You have to DM in the email saying, can you offer me tourmaline as a halo, please? Because I don't really do halos for people like that. So I have to know who it is. You have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Get a custom necklace from FloridaStoneman.com. They're popping. Everyone who has a custom necklace is flourishing. Once someone gets their family member a custom necklace, all the family will have a custom necklace. And then everyone's wearing custom necklaces in the whole household does very well. A lot of good news and opportunity starts popping in. You're like, where'd this come from? Wait, this just happened out of nowhere. It's like, all this good news is coming. So get yours from FloridaStoneman.com and put down the sage. This might aggravate people, but this is what Jesus told me to teach. So, your will against God's will. Ciao. God bless all of you.